Hello everyone and welcome back to Family Life Builders TV, where we're building homes and transforming society. My name is Tosin Opeoluwa and I am a transformational coach. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 love languages. A lot of us know about it, so it's going to serve as a refresher for you if you already know about 5 love languages. It was discovered by Gary Chapman, and it's been a very powerful tool for couples, for families, because every one of us, we are the product of our environment, we are the product of our relationship. So it's essential for us to understand how to keep our relationship, how to keep our friends, how to keep the people in our lives. So if you don't understand your own love language or the love language of the person that you're working with, that you're living with, or even your children, it might be very difficult for you to get things done. And maybe that is one of the reasons why you were having those issues with your colleague, with your spouse, with your partner, maybe even with your children, especially the teenagers. So there's a need for us. If you don't know about it already, then it's going to serve as a new knowledge. But if you already know about it, it's going to serve as a refresher. So we're just going to go through it together, and I'll share some of the experiences that I have from it, and we'll learn one thing or the other. And I'll be with you in a moment. All right, so I'm going to jump right here and we're going to look at it together. So the first thing that we need to look at, I'm going to use my glasses. Okay, so let me expand this so that you can see it better. All right, good. So let's look at it this way. The first one is word of affirmation. The second one is the physical touch. The third one is receiving gifts. The fourth one is quality time. And the fifth one is the act of service. So I'm going to go through each of these and I'll give you examples. And then if you have any other thing to add, you feel free to comment and I'll bring up your comments and we can talk more about it. So the first one is the word of affirmation. So how do you communicate if your partner love language happens to be word of affirmation? But let me back up a bit. You need to go to their website and take the quiz for your love language. You need to take the quiz so that you can understand. I've taken mine. I know mine for a long time, but my husband is an African man, so I'm not sure he was at that time, he wasn't really interested in knowing anything about this. But it's very essential. It has helped me a lot, and it has helped a lot of couples all around the world. So if your partner's love language is word of affirmation, how do you communicate to people like them? You need to always encourage them. You need to always affirm them. You need to appreciate them. You need to empathize with them, and you need to listen to them actively. So if you have a partner that when he's talking to you or when they are talking to you, they want you to pay 100% attention. They don't want you to play with your phone while you are speaking with them. They just want all of you. Then they need word of affirmation. Their love language is word of affirmation. They want you to listen to them. They want you to empathize with them when they tell you, oh, I have cramp, I have menstrual pain. They want you to feel what they feel. And most of the time they are easily discouraged, especially when you don't appreciate what they've done. Someone like me, I can't keep cleaning the house maybe like 3 times in a day, and the children keep scattering everything with toys, then I keep doing it again, and nobody is appreciating me for doing it. I'll feel very bad. And for some people, it doesn't matter to them because that is not their word their love language. And for a lot of people, it all starts from our upbringing, how our parents raised us. So for many people, it won't matter to them if that is not how they were raised. So you need to understand this. So how do you take action to this? You need to send them unexpected notes. You need to text them. You need to send them a card. You need to encourage them genuinely, and you have to do it often. This might take lots of energy, but trust me, for this kind of a person, if you do this to them, you're going to bring out the best of them, and you're going to get the best out of them. And things that you need to avoid if you have a partner whose love language is word of affirmation, you need to avoid being critical. You need to avoid, because they are going to be defensive. That's the truth. Once they realize that you're always critical, you're always complaining, you're always nagging them, they are going to be defensive. So you won't get the best out of them. So you should avoid non-constructive communication or criticism. You should avoid not appreciating their efforts. If you realize that they've done all the dishes, they've done all the laundry, they've done everything, they cleaned the house, they were on time, you need to appreciate their efforts. You see, most of the time, God knows how he arranged things, you know, even the nature, even the universe, even God himself, you know, knows how he arranged things. Most of the time, people that love the word of affirmation, they come, you know, they attract people that love service. So sometimes people that love service will keep serving them, and when they do something that you're supposed to affirm them with, then it won't look like a big deal to them. For example, my husband can do a lot of things for you. He can help you, he can assist you. But for me, if you don't appreciate me, if you don't affirm what I've done, it's going to look little to him, because he's used to service. He's the first child. He's used to, you know, taking care of his siblings when they were younger. So I am the last child. So I'm used to my siblings loving me, taking care of me. So it's a different ball game for the two of us. So you have to really look into it and make sure that you are not using your own love language to judge the love language of your partner. The next one is the physical touch. So for some people, when you're talking to them, they want you to always touch. They want you to cuddle them. They want you to hug them. Yeah, like someone said, I'm a hugger. You know, they always want to hug. For people like this, how do you communicate? Non-verbal. Use lots of body language. Touch them to emphasize that you really love them. These are the people that will tell you that he did not touch me, he's angry with me. You know, sometimes the other person might just be busy thinking about their life, but because they did not touch them, it's going to be a problem. So you need to understand this and do the needful. So take actions that you need to take if you are dealing with someone whose love language is physical touch. Then you need to hug them, you need to kiss them, you need to hold hands in the public, you need to showcase them on social media, you need to show them regular physical affection. You need to make intimacy a thoughtful priority. You know, a lot of people don't feel, especially those who are firstborn, or those who are raised in a harsh way. You know, for some people, their parents never hugged them while they were growing up. So imagine when they marry someone who is always hugging, that whose love language in their family is hugging, kissing, you know, saying I love you, things like that. It's going to be difficult for such a person if you don't touch them, if you are not thoughtful enough. It will suck their energy. It might make them cry. So you need to be careful about this. So things you want to avoid for people like them: physical neglect, you just don't punish them with your body. Don't punish them with, staying away from them, because people use this, especially in relationships. People understand their partner's weakness instead for couples to focus on, okay, so this is the love language of my partner. They use it as a punishment. They make use of that opportunity to punish them because they know that is what they love. Instead of that, take advantage of that to build the relationship, not to break the relationship. It is unfair to use what your partner love to punish them. It's very, very unfair. So don't withdraw yourself from someone who loves to be touched in time of disputes, or even at any time at all. That's going to build your bond of love if you avoid doing that. For some, receiving gifts, oh my God, I'm the last child in my family, and when my mom go out, or my grandma when she was still alive, when they go out and come back from somewhere, they're always buying something, they're always bringing something. So when I got married and my husband will go out and he will not buy anything, I'm like, what's this? What's all this? So there was a day I had to call him and tell him and say, hey, look, when you go out, make sure you buy something for me when you're coming back. It could be 50 naira plantain chips on the road. Make sure you buy it. It could be 10 naira orange. Make sure you buy it. For me, it is very essential because I also do the same for people, and that was how we were raised. I grew up to see my parents. My parents are givers. So I grew up to see them that way, and I do the same thing. So I expect the other person to do the same thing for me. But because he probably was not used to it or something, or maybe he wasn't just thinking about it, but when I called his attention to it, he started doing it. Especially when we started having children, then he got used to it. So for people like this, you need to be thoughtful. Oh my God, if you forget my birthday, you are in trouble. So you really have to be, you really, really have to be thoughtful. You forget the Mother's Day, you are in trouble. So for people like that, because these are the people that always surprise you during the special anniversary, during your birthdays. They are always there for you. They are always giving. They find it very easy, not for anything, but it's part of their nature. So be thoughtful enough to return the same thing back to them. And let me just say this, for the sake of growth and maturity, even if this is your love language, you want to recognize the fact that there might be some time in the family, especially when you just got married, and if you are not financially stable before you got married, don't expect too much. Lower the expectation. You might be the giver. Keep giving. Give without expecting. It's going to give you some rest. It's going to make your life less stressful if you are not expecting what you give back. And when you are giving, if it's not to your partner, if it's to a colleague or to a friend, and you are expecting something in return, make sure you tell them that what I am giving you, I am expecting something in return. That will make your life less stressful. That will make you to be less resentful, or not to be resentful when people don't do what you expect in return, because you never told them about your expectation. Now, actions that you should take: give thoughtfully. Make sure that every little things that you can give, make sure you give it. Always express your gratitude. I do not like it when people cannot say thank you. And that was a lot of problem for me at the beginning of our marriage. But one day I went to my father in the Lord, and he said something. He gave me a scripture, and I don't know where that scripture came from. It's as if I've never read it before, and he read it to me. I think it was in Matthew, and it talks about how a slave does not ask is master for appreciation or for gratitude. I'm sure he wasn't saying I'm a slave, but he was telling me that even when he doesn't say thank you, don't take it personal. Don't expect it. But when you can, let him understand that this is what you want, this is how you want this done. But in the meantime, while you are both growing, then you have to be patient enough for the other person to get to this point. And I think this would have been so helpful if we are aware of this at that time. Now, the next thing, you need to be careful not to forget their special days. Like I said, you forget my birthday, you're in soup. You forget the Mother's Day, you're in soup. You forget the wedding anniversary, you're in soup. So you want to be sure that you don't forget this special occasion for these people that care about receiving gifts. Then quality time. Let me back up a bit. Receiving gift also, it's very essential. For some people, don't give them chocolates, don't give them a card. They are not going to appreciate it. So you really need to understand what kind of gift they want. For many, they don't even want your gift. But for those whose love language is gift, they really understand what kind of gift they love, what kind of gift they will appreciate. I remember I gave someone a cloth sometimes ago, and this was a family member, and I keep seeing that cloth there, and I think the cloth was there for several years. It's not months, it was there for several years. So it means the person does not want it. It means the person does, maybe the person probably doesn't appreciate gift, or the person doesn't want that kind of a gift. So it's very essential that we understand the kind of gift that they want. And it's not hurtful, or it's not harmful to ask, what kind of gifts do you want? Quality time. So for people that love quality time, you realize that they also try, and as much as they can, they spend quality time with you. When you're talking to them, they are going to listen, they are going to leave what they are doing, they are going to pay all attention, they are going to give you 100% of attention. So if it's your turn, then they expect you to do the same to them. Again, for the sake of growth, for the sake of maturity, if they don't give it back to you, if you are this person, then don't take it personal. You have to grow up into it, because your happiness is not in anybody's hand. Your happiness is about you, and it comes from you. So it's a choice that you want to make in your relationship. Whether they have all these, whether they understand all your love language or not, your happiness is pretty much important. Now, so quality time, you need to create special moments for them. You need to have a me time with them. For example, if you are busy, if you are the busy guy, or if you are the busy woman, and your partner or your children, they love time, you have to create that special time for them. You have to be present, and be really present. So you can have a date with your family, you can have a date with your children. Like I have a specific time that I talk to my children, that's the time that we spend in doing some serious communication. And one of them will call me mommy coach, because I can bring up any kind of discussion, at those period that I dedicated for such, the quality time that I want to have with them. So you really want to determine the moment that you want to create, maybe on Fridays, maybe on Sundays, maybe on weekends, maybe once in a month, maybe twice in a month, maybe once in 3 months. You have to design that for your family, for your children. And the same thing, the same love language actually applies to even organizations. your co-worker, your subordinates, the people you are leading, they want to see that best in you. If you give them your time, in the process you communicate some powerful things, your visions, your dream, they catch it again and again, they understand you better, and they are willing to serve and contribute their quota to the development of the goals of your organization. And the last one, okay, things you want to avoid, distractions. Yes, when they are talking to you, you want to avoid distractions. For someone who love quality time, so you really have to be there. You can't be with them and be playing with your phone. You can't be with them and be working on your computer. It's might be difficult. My husband love quality time, whereas I sometimes I'm overwhelmed with lots of work to do. So sometimes when we are gisting, I'm using style to edit, video, and sometimes I can also abandon everything and say, okay, so let's talk. So it's very essential for us to love that. Then the act of service. For a lot of people who love act of service, you need to use action phrases like "I will help." They want to know that you are with them. They want to know that you are really in partnership. You are cooperating with them. So these are the people that will tell you, okay, so right now I have this, and this to do. For them, if you are the one, they are going to help you. Once you tell them like that, they are going to say, okay, which one can I help you to do? But if they analyze everything they want to do and you don't offer to help them in any, you're going to weary them, you're going to stress them out, and trust me, you are going to eat food that does not have salt. You are going to eat food that does not, that I forgot to put oil, or I forgot to put Maggi. So you are going to eat it like that. Because if I expect you to help and you don't help, trust me, I'm going to swell my mouth till I finish doing that cooking. So you're going to eat food without salt. You're going to eat food without Maggi. How many people can testify? But I don't do that anymore. I outgrow it. But trust me, at the beginning of our relationship, well, I lay everything down. You don't want to help. Okay, so you are going to eat the food without salt. And I remember my husband is not the food type, unfortunately. So when I swell my mouth and do all the cooking and do all the rubbish, and then the food is ready and he can't eat it, he's just going to keep quiet and cover the food and leave, and he's going to drink water and he's going to go and sleep. So I mean, that's unfair on their part. So we really need to understand this. The act of service, it's not it shouldn't be a forceful thing. And generally, the love language that we're talking about is to help the relationship, is to help both of us understand each other better, is to help the parties involved in the relationship, in the family life, in an organization, is to help all of us to understand each other better, is to help all of us to accomplish one goal, and one goal of unity, one goal of accomplishing our vision, our purpose of coming together in a relationship, our purpose of coming together as a family, our purpose of coming together as an organization. Once we're able to speak the same language and understand each other's language, then it becomes easier for us to fulfill the reason why we are together, which is our purpose, goals that we have to accomplish. Whether we like it or yes, these love languages are very, very essential for us to understand. So I will encourage you to go to their website, Gary Chapman, check their love language test, know yours. If you already know yours, discuss it again and again with your partner, with your organization. Every organization has their language that they speak. With your children, I recently found the book and I share it with some of my friends today. They have the book, 5 Love Languages for Children. this is interesting. I just started reading the book tonight. So it's essential for us to understand this and use it. Use it for the benefits of growth in our relationship. Remember, I always say it, when a marriage is about to collapse, it's because either of the parties stopped growing. So once both parties start growing again, even unbelievers, people that don't know God, have good marriage. Because why? It's about character, it's about growth, it's about understanding. So if they can fulfill that, they are going to grow, they are going to get the best in their relationship. So we want to learn this thing and understand. It's not about being an African man. It's not about being anything. It's not about coming from anywhere. Wherever we are, wherever we are coming from, we need to drop it and come to this understanding. Who is my partner? What is their love language? But if they don't give me back what I'm expecting, am I still going to love them? If they don't give me back what I'm expecting, are they still going to be my partner? Then, if your question is yes, it's something you need to sit down and both work out. If things are really not working the way you want it to work in your relationship, then it's time for you to look at it together and be the best of yourself. I hope you enjoy your time with me. Please share this video with your friends, and I'll see you some other time. But before that time, remember, keep becoming a better you, because things work when we work it. Don't give up on that marriage yet. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.